Right. So what we've looked at in lines so far is the equation. By now, you should know y is equal to mx plus c. You should know that m stands for the gradient. You should know m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. To find the gradient, you need 2 points. And you should know what the x-intercept is and the y-intercept is. The y-intercept is c. So in this question, they wanted us to find the equation of the line. Shayna, what's the equation of a line? Tell me fast. Shayna? Shayna, I'm not hearing you. Okay,
So is y equals mx plus c.
okay. And for us to figure out the equation, I need to know what the gradient is and what else.
dy intersect.
Right. So we are given a graph here. Let's find the gradient. So what's the formula for the gradient?
Change in y by change in x. So
Right.
y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Shayna, does it matter which 2 points we select?
No, sir.
Actually, it does. Could I select a point over here?
Oh, well, no, sir. A point on the line.
Must be any 2 points on the line. So I need you to select two out of these. What's that? Four? Select two out of the four. It doesn't matter which two you select.
We could use 2, 9, and 0, 5.
All right. So we could call this x1, y1, and minus 2, 1 instead, or what was the other
Sure.
point let's say?
We can use minus 1.
Right. And if we call C x1, y1, what would we call E?
X2, y2.
Great. So our formula is going to be y2 minus y1. So our y2 value is 1. So it's going to be equal to 1 minus what? What is my y1 value?
9.
Right? So 1 minus 9 all over x2 minus x1. What is x2?
X2 is minus 2.
Right? And x1 is 2. So that's going to be minus 2 minus 2. Let me just verify that. So x2 is minus 2 and x1 is 2, right? So minus 2 is x2 and x1 is 2. So minus 2 minus 2. Sounds correct. What is 1 minus 9,
Minus 8.
right? What is minus 2 minus 2?
Minus 4.
What is minus 8 over minus 4?
2.
Great. So my gradient is 2. Do we need to find the y-intercept or is it already given to us?
Equivalent us.
Yeah, it's given to us. It's right here. The y-intercept is where the line cuts or intercepts the y-axis. Right? So the line cuts the y-axis at 5. Right? So C is equal to 5. So if that's the case, let's say 4, C is equal to 5. So if this is the case, Shana, what's our final answer? What's the equation of the line?
Y is equal to 2x plus 5.
Is there anybody that does not understand this? Let me know now. Okay, based on how quiet everybody is, I'm going to assume we're okay with this. All right? So we know how to find gradients and we know how to read off the y-intercept. Nice. So the next thing we need to look at is what is a perpendicular line and what is a parallel line. Right. Could somebody tell me what perpendicular means? Oh, you know what I mean? Perpendicular. Does anybody know what perpendicular means? Presume you're not seeing the screen. Okay. Can somebody tell me what perpendicular is? Vanessa, do you know what perpendicular means?
Um, when two lines meet at a right angle.
Yes,
But
that
that's
is.
all.
No, that's correct. That's correct. So if I draw this line over here, this blue line, right? We could potentially call that. We could say that has a gradient of 2. We could say that this has a gradient of 2. Okay. Um, a line perpendicular to that would be looking like that. You understand? Because it's 90 degrees to the first line. That's what we mean by perpendicular. So this line will be perpendicular to the blue line. You understand that? Let me know how you feel about that. Right? And if the gradient there is 2, then this new gradient would be equal to minus a half. So there's a rule we need to learn. Right. So let me just write down a little note about perpendicular lines. Right. So perpendicular lines are lines that are 90 degrees apart. All right. Ria, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Um, you need to know this fact here. So Ria, if two lines, if two lines are perpendicular, then the gradients of the lines need to be the negative reciprocal of each other. All right, Ria, I want you to be honest with me. You have any idea what I'm talking about when I say that? The negative reciprocal. You know what that means?
No.
Okay. I like the honesty. So the blue line had a gradient of what?
Two.
All right. So the blue line had a gradient of 2. Now, isn't 2 the same thing as 2 over 1?
Yeah.
Okay. So this fact is saying that if two lines are perpendicular, then the gradients of the lines need to be the negative reciprocal of each other. So you see how we have 2 over 1? If you make that negative, wouldn't that turn to negative 2 over 1?
Yeah.
And do you know what reciprocal means?
Um. Yeah. When you're returning something like you. Okay. Maybe not.
All right. So if we're talking about reciprocal, we're going to flip the fraction. So you see how we have 2 over 1? We're going to flip that. If I flip that, what is that going to turn to?
A half.
A half. So put both aspects together. Negative. So gonna be negative, and you're gonna flip it. So 1 over 2. Understand?
Yeah.
Right. So in simple words, all this means is that you're going to change sign, and flip. That's literally it. So two lines are perpendicular, then the gradients need to be the negative reciprocal of each other. So if this is 2, then this one has to be negative a half, right? And another thing you need to know is that if two lines are perpendicular, then the first gradient by the second gradient would be equal to minus 1. That's another fact you need to know. So Ria, in this situation, one of our gradients is 2 and the other one is negative a half. What's 2 multiplied by negative a half? Tell Maria, what's 2 by negative a half?
Um, so I know it's simple. I can't.
All right.
No.
2 is the same thing as 2 over 1, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So we have 2 here. 2 into 2 is?
1.
2 into 2 is?
1.
Right. So now we're going to multiply the top by the top and the bottom by the bottom. So what's 1 by minus 1?
Sorry.
What's 1 by minus 1?
1.
Nah, minus 1.
Negative 1. Sorry.
And in the denominator, we have 1 by 1. What's 1 by 1?
1.
Where's minus 1 over 1?
1.
Nah, minus
Negative 1.
negative 1.
Negative 1.
Right. So that let's run through the facts. Anytime you see them mention perpendicular lines, that means that the lines exist at a right angle to each other. You see that right, Ria?
Mm-hmm.
So in this example, the gradient here is 2. And if this is 2, right, then you would change the sign and you would flip it. So that 2 will become negative, and if you flip it from 2 over 1, it would turn to a half. So this gradient has to be negative a half. And if you multiply these two, you're supposed to get?
Negative 1.
Great. So that's the whole gist of it. Understand?
Yep.
Nice. Right. Perseus, let me know if you're there.
Yes.
All right. So Perseus, let me give you a question, right? Question 1. If y is if we have a line, given by y is equal to 3x y is equal to 3x plus 7, what would be the gradient of a line of another line right? So Perseus, give that question a read from it quickly.
If we have a line given by y equal 3x plus 7, what would be the gradient of another line perpendicular to y equals 3x plus 7?
All right, so Perseus, first things first, the line that they are giving us, y is equal to 3x plus 7, yeah? Y is equal to 3x plus 7. So they're giving us that. Can we figure out what the gradient is for that line immediately? What would the gradient for this line be?
mx plus c.
As the equation of the line. Now, what would the gradient be?
M equals y1.
No,
No,
it's You could read it off from this.
Read it off from that, sir.
Yeah, from that. Okay, Perseus, what's the equation of a line?
Mx
Y is,
y equals mx plus c.
what does M stand for?
M stands for the gradient.
Right. So if we're comparing this and we're comparing this, what is M equal to in the equation that we were given?
So I was going to say y2 minus y1 over. I was going to say that, but I don't know if I'm correct on that. But then to in my mind, I'm thinking of like the equation you just put here, the 3x plus 7.
Right. So this equation is in the form of a line. So the formula you give me, we can't use it because we weren't given any points. To use our formula, you need points. To answer your question, right? This is in the form y is equal mx plus c. So m would be 3. So the answer is just simply 3. The answer is 3. Right? So the gradient is 3. Could you tell me what c would be?
C would be 7.
Right. C would be 7. So you don't have to do no fancy working. Because it's in the form y is equal mx plus c, you just have to read off what's in front of the x. So m is equal to 3. So if the gradient of, we could call that line 1. So we could call this line 1, right? This is line 1. This is line 1, right? So we could say the gradient of line 1 is 3. So if the gradient of line 1 is 3, do you think you'd be able to figure out what the gradient of the other line is based on this fact?
I think so, sir.
All right. So they said that the other line would be perpendicular to 3x plus 7. We found that the gradient is 3 for that line. Now, if two lines are perpendicular, then the gradients are the negative reciprocal of each other. So all that means, you're just going to change the sign and you're going to flip it. That's all.
It would be -3.
Now, it wouldn't be -3. It would be negative something, but it wouldn't be -3. You have to flip it.
-1/3.
Yes, -1/3 is correct. Because this is 3 over 1. You're not seeing the 1, but it's 3 over 1. So if I change the sign, that's going to be -3 over 1. And if you flip it, that's going to be -1/3. So great job. All right, so that's the answer. That's it. M2 is equal to -1/3. So that's what the gradient of the other line is.
So that's how short it is?
Yeah. Right? So anytime you're given the equation of a line in the form y is equal to mx plus c, it's very easy to get the gradient. The gradient is just simply what's in front of x. But it needs to be in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Right? So you can see m is 3. See now? Let me know if you're seeing that.
Repeat, sir?
Okay. So I'm saying that anytime you're given an equation of a line and it's in the form y is equal to mx plus c, m would give you the gradient. So like
Okay.
this case, m is 3. So 3 is the gradient. If you're comparing it, you're comparing y is equal to mx plus c to y is equal to 3x plus 7, the m is always in front of x. So in this case, 3 is in front of x, so m is equal to 3. And from there, you just flip this and you change the sign. So minus at it. That's it.
So why I thought this was a whole long set of working to
Well, at least this question not hard. We'll do some harder examples just now. Right? Let me give you all another question, right? See if you all could figure this out. Question 2. So I'm going to draw one line, and in your books, I want you to do a sketch of what the line perpendicular to it would be, And I want you all to tell me what the gradient would be as well for the new line. So I'm going to draw a line over here, right? Guys, tell me, is that a negative gradient or a positive gradient? Somebody tell me. Positive or negative gradient?
Negative.
Yeah, that's a negative gradient, right? So I'm going to call this, let me just say, call that -4. Why not? All right. So what I want you all to do for me, I want you all to copy this down and draw a line perpendicular to that red line and state what the gradient of that new line is. Very similar to this. So I drew a line over here. I want you all to draw a line perpendicular to the red line and state the new gradient. That's what I want you all to do. Right? So let me just put that question here. Draw the line right? And let me just say that this line had an equation of y is equal to -4x minus 2. Why not? So draw the line perpendicular to y is equal to -4x minus 2. So I'm giving you all take 3 minutes and do that. 3 minutes. Or say in 6 minutes. When I reach 3 minutes, I'll just tell her to stop. Yeah. So I want you all to do question 2. Draw the line perpendicular to y is equal to -4x minus 2. So the red line. Hey Sahara, look you're here. You know, Law, I didn't see you. How are you? Let me know if you're hearing me.
Hi, good evening, sis.
Good evening. How you going?
Good, and you?
I I I talking it out, yes. That's what I do. That's what I do. But thanks for asking. Right? So we are doing lines. Let me just tell you what we covered so far, like in all the past sessions coming up to this. We looked at the equation of a line, y is equal mx plus c. We looked at
Mm-hmm.
how to find the gradient using 2 points, so y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We looked at how to get the x-intercept and y-intercept. We looked at how you would come up with the equation of a line given 2 points, right? So we did all of that. We also looked at how to sketch a line given its equation. And today we're looking at the different types of gradients, so perpendicular and parallel. I want to do perpendicular bisector today if I get a chance. So yeah, let me know if you understand that.
Yeah.
Right. Did you do lines in school as yet?
I started, I mean, now on, I think we finished perpendicular lines.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Well, try question 2 on send it to me.
No problem.
All right, so your time is up, right, guys? Was anybody able to figure out question 2? Okay, I'm seeing some pictures here. All right, so Perseus, you're halfway there, right? You're halfway there. Halfway there. You need to put in your diagram the little right angle, the little box, to show that it's 90 degrees too.
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
Also, I did it. I just forgot to send it. I'll send it to you now.
all right. So we could call this M1 as well, why not? All right. So let me draw in the new line. So the new line would look like that, right? And you need to put in the little box to indicate that the two lines are 90 degrees apart, which means that they are perpendicular, right? So if the gradient of the first one was -4, you're going to change the sign, so that's going to turn to positive, then you're going to flip 4/1, which is going to be a quarter. So the gradient of the second line is going to be a quarter. And Ria, if you are doubting if you're correct, when you multiply it, what are you supposed to get? Tell Maria, when you multiply it, what are you supposed to get? Ria?
Sorry, sir, I didn't hear you.
If you are doubting if your new gradient is correct, what can you do to check if it's correct?
Multiply it by 4/1.
You mean -4/1.
Yeah.
And when you multiply, when you multiply the two of them by each other, what are you supposed to get if you're correct?
-2.
-1. If two
Negative.
lines are perpendicular, then the product of the two gradients will always be equal to -1. Always. Always.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's move on to a harder question. So this question is going to combine everything we looked at in previous sessions. So a line L passes through the point six five and is perpendicular to a line whose equation is 3x plus 4y minus 7 is equal to 0. The equation of line L is... Okay, guys. So, Sheena, I want you to read this question and I want you to identify what might we have to change before we can move on. All right, so Sheena, give this question a read.
A line L passes through the points 6, 5 and is perpendicular to a line whose equation is 3x plus 4y minus 7 equals 0. The equation of line L is...
Right. So they want us to figure out what line L is, and they are saying that line L is perpendicular to what? Tell me, Sheena, what is line L perpendicular to?
Oh, sorry, I didn't ask my question. To the line whose equation is 3x plus 4y minus 7 equals 0.
Right. So line L is perpendicular to 3x. Right. Now, tell me something, right, Sheena? If these two lines are perpendicular to each other, is it possible for me to figure out what the gradient of the perpendicular line would be if I know the gradient of the original line?
Yes, sir.
Right, that is possible, but according to this statement here, can we just directly read off the gradient of this line?
No, sir.
Nah, we cannot. We cannot. So I'm saying that we can't just read off the gradient for this because it's not in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Now, I would have given you all questions like this where you would have had to write it's in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you would have had to do questions like this where you had to put it in the form y is equal to mx plus c, right? You have to put this in you'll have to put this in the form y is equal to mx plus c and then read off the gradient. It's the same concept. So let's do that, Shina. So we have 3x plus 4y minus 7 is equal to 0.
So I will say 4y equals minus 3x plus 7.
Right. And I could have just explained to everybody what you just did.
Um basically made 4y subject of the formula. So you move over your 3x, which would make the sign negative, and
Right.
you move over your minus 7, which will make the sign positive.
Because we want to put this in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So the only thing that should be on the left-hand side is just y. It should have nothing other than y on the left-hand side. So Shannon, we have 4y now, but we want to find for 1y. So what would I have to do on both sides?
Divide by 4.
Right. So then I put y is equal to
Y is equal to minus 3 over 4 x plus 7 over 4.
all right. Perseus, is this in the form y is equal to mx plus c now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is. And since it's in the form, can you tell me what m is immediately?
Negative 3 over 4.
Great job, right? M is equal to negative 3 over 4 because it's in the form y is equal to mx plus c, and m is the number in front of x. Great. Perseus, is that our answer? Or do we have to do something with that negative 3 over 4?
We have to look for that negative 3, and we have to find the next point because they're perpendicular.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying too. This wouldn't be our answer because the saying that line L is actually perpendicular to this. So the gradient of L would be equal to what then?
Positive
Yeah, positive.
3 over 4.
Nah, check it out, check it out. You change sign and flip. Change sign and flip. So we change the negative to positive, and now we to flip the fraction.
Oh, 4 over 3.
Yes. So once two lines are perpendicular, then the gradients will be the negative reciprocal of each other. And Perseus, all that means in English, you're gonna flip it and change the sign. So it was 3 over 4, 4 over 3 now. Easy?
I will make it go both.
It's fine, it's fine. Don't worry. I using real here supplements and thing. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I had a I had this is all part of being a math teacher, you know? But my nightmare is to actually look like a math teacher. Like until they see that all of them math teacher bald, they don't have any hair on their head, boy. I tell you now, if all they see how much hair supplements I have, I don't want to go bald.
So thank God I had a female. All my math teachers were female. I never had a male math teacher.
Okay. And well, if I get big enough and I do get bald, a hair transplant is like 28,000. What's that real money, boy? You can buy a car with that money. Nah, nah, nah. I feel like I would just stay bald at that point, you know? Yeah. All
So
right.
it have wigs. It have wigs. You could try the
Um,
wig.
I'm not gonna wear no wig. That is temporary. If I was something that's kind of permanent. Right? But anyways, let me continue. So do you understand how we got the gradient from 3x plus 4y minus 7 equals to 0?
Yes.
Okay, nice. I didn't call on Chelsea. Chelsea, you okay? You good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Okay, nice. You understand what's going on here? You understand why we had to put this in the form y is equal to mx plus c?
Yes, sir.
Right. So we had to put it in the form to get the gradient. Cool. So Perseus, let's continue, right? So we have gradient of L is plus 4 over 3. So we have the gradient for line L. But they asked us to find the equation. What's the equation of a line? Tell me. Tell me, Perseus, what's the equation of a line?
Oh, the equation of a line.
Yeah, what's the equation of a line?
M equals
No,
Y. Not
no.
that one. Okay.
Equation of a line.
Well,
Not
not the
gradient.
equation of the gradient.
No, it don't have a such thing as equation of the gradient. You were telling me the formula for the gradient. You were telling me the gradient formula, right?
Oh,
When I ask you for the equation of a line, it's always y is equal to mx plus c. So did we find anything for line L yet? And anybody could answer, eh, guys. Anybody could answer. Did we find anything for L as yet? Somebody tell me. So to find the equation of our line, you must know the gradient and you must know the y-intercept. Did we find any of those two yet?
We find the gradient
Yes, Ria, we found the gradient. What's the gradient?
positive 4 over 3.
Right, so we could now write y is equal to 4 over 3 x, but do we know what the y-intercept is?
No.
Nah, so we better write back plus c, hence.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Ria, I want you to read the first part of that sentence. The first part of it. What does it say? A line.
A line L passes through the point 65.
Okay. It passing through what?
The point 65.
Okay. Do you think they gave us that to like use up ink on the paper, or like they gave us that for a reason?
No, they give us a reason.
So the only thing we are missing is C, and you see that?
Yeah.
So question, if I knew what Y is and I knew what X is, like I had a number, what would be the only unknown at that point?
C.
Yeah. And then so I could find for C then if it's the only unknown.
Yes.
But I wonder, boy, if only I had a point on the line, if only I had a X and a Y value. Hmm. 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 Do I have an X value?
No.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, is
I,
why we don't have, right.
we have Y as well. I have Y as well.
Huh?
Ria, remind me, a point is made up of a what and a what value.
Well, right. The X and a Y value. Yes.
Right. And they are telling us that line L passes through the point 65. So remember X comma Y. So you still think we don't have a point? Or
No, we have it.
we have it. Right? And we are given a point. Right, the point was 6,5. Great. And from that, we could get a X value and we could get a Y value. So what do you think I'm going to do with that X and Y value now?
Sketch it on a graph.
Nah. So we want to find the equation of the line. like we just discussed, what are we missing here to complete the equation? What are we missing?
C.
Missing C. If I know what y and x is, what would be my only unknown?
T.
If it's the only unknown, then I can find it.
Yeah.
So we feel I should do that x and y value. I feel I should do it 6 and 5.
Multiply it.
Nah, I should plug it in into the equation and find for C.
Both of them?
Yeah, because
Okay.
think about it, right? If I know that x is 6, I could write 6 here. If I know y is 5, I could write 5 here, right? 3 into 3 is 1, 3 into 6 is 2. You would end up with 5 is equal to 8 plus C. Can you find for C?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. We need to find for C, right? So anytime you want to find for C, you take a point, plug it in, and find for C. So we're going to write 5 because we know y is 5. What are we going to write for x?
In brackets. 6.
Right? Let's simplify. So 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 6 is 2. 4 by 2 is?
8.
Right? Now, this might look a little confusing. So what I would advise you to do is flip the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Right? To put C on the left-hand side. So if I were to flip this and put C on the left-hand side, what would that look like?
8 plus C equal to 5.
Right? Does it look easy now?
Yeah.
Well, how to do that?
Move it across.
All right, I have to move across the 8.
And it'll become negative.
Right? So
So
C
C
is equal to,
equals to 5 minus 8.
so we'll C equal to,
Negative 3.
all right. So question, do we know what the gradient of line L is as well as the y-intercept for line L?
Yep.
Yes, we do. So what's the final equation of the line?
Y equals to 4 over 3x plus, no, minus C.
Minus 3, right? So minus
Minus 3. Jeez. Yes. Minus 2.
6. Right. So Ria, let me just run through that now. So if you need to find the equation of a line, you need to know the gradient and the
Y-intercept.
correct. This question, they said line L passes through a point. They give us a point. That's very important. Ria, if they give you a point, they are telling you a x value and a y value. Take note of that. And then they tell you it is perpendicular to a line, and they give you the equation of that line. So, and the next thing to do would be to find the gradient of the line they gave us.
Yeah.
Do you understand how I've made it into the form y is equal to mx plus c and I pull out m?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So once we had this gradient, you just find the negative reciprocal, flip and change sign, right? You get m. Then plug in x and y to get c. Bam. That's it. Feeling good?
Yep.
Nice. I want to take a screenshot of this or copy it down because I'm going to give Ollie a question like this now. Let me know. I don't like this silent treatment, I'll treat them bad today. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what this like. I'll leave them hanging. I don't like this. I'll break
Yes,
it.
sir. I haven't, but the problem doesn't have to copy down.
All right. Well, how much time are they going to need to copy it down? Chelsea, give me a number. Like, how much time are you going to need to copy this down? If you're copying it down, or you just go and take a screenshot. What are you going to do?
3 minutes.
3 minutes? Right. So,
Yeah, or 2.
all right. So by 5:53, you should have this copy down, and I'm going to give you all a new question. Right. For those of you all that understand this, like, perfectly fine, let me give all a question one time so I wouldn't waste no time. Right? I sent the question in the chat. So if you're confident in it, do that question for me and send it to me.
Excuse.
Yeah, no problem, Tama.
I got locked out of my phone and my mommy going out, so I can't see the question in the chat.
Oh, that's
You
not a
could
problem.
just,
Don't worry. I'll put it on the screen.
thank you.
Right. So for those of you all that's done with the question, like done copy, done question 3. Try that question there. Right. So the line L1 passes through the points A and B. Find the gradient of L1. Hence find the equation of the line L2, which is perpendicular to L1 and passes through the point C41. Determine the coordinates of the point where L1 and L2 intersect. Now, I don't expect you to understand how to do part C yet, unless you did simultaneous equations in school, which by all means, if you did, finish the question. But I mainly expect you to do part A and part B at this level, like right now. Okay, Perseus, for the question that I'm giving you all to do right now, in part A, it says find the gradient of L1. Do you know how to do that question?
No, sir, I got lost.
Okay. They're asking you to find the gradient. What's the formula for the gradient?
The formula is um M equals Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1.
Great. That's correct. Now tell me something. How much points you need to find the gradient?
2 points.
What did they say at the start of the question? Read that from us.
The line L passes through the points A, 2 and -3, and B, 5, 6, and 5.
Okay, did they give us 2 points?
Oh, yes, sir. Now I understand. I think I was overthinking it.
I think so. So you have your 2 points. You just need to figure out which, again, I tell you, it don't matter which one you choose as X1, Y1, and which one you choose as X2, Y2. It don't matter. Once you do the maths correct, you'll get the same answer. So call one X1, Y1, call the other one X2, Y2, and find the gradient from it.
So how you had cameras on me or something?
No. Nah. I have 4 eyes though.
Because how you know to call me, sir? Literally.
No. I was like, pay attention to all your struggles now. Like, if I know all you're having a problem with a specific thing, I would call you. Yeah. And in the past couple of times, every time I ask you for the gradient, you keep telling me y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I wanted to see if you could use it in a question where you actually had to use it. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay, sir.
Right. Jashon, let me know how you're going. I see you join. I didn't hear you. Right. How are you? You okay, Jashon?
Yes, sir, I going good too.
Okay, nice. You did lines in school as yet?
No, sir.
Nah. Okay. Well, here what? We could do the question together, right? Since you didn't do it in school as yet, we could do this question on the screen together. Yeah. All right, but try your thing, Joshua. Avinash. Avinash, you good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you know how to find the gradient for the first part, right?
Yes, sir. I'm working on it right now.
Okay. Right, Ria, can you give me an update with regards to the question on the screen?
Still working on it.
You get through it, party?
Nope.
Nope. Oh, we're giving you trouble.
So I don't even know. I don't know.
Okay. Do you know how to start off with question A? Do you know how to start off with it?
But I know how to find the gradient and I know how to use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus y1 x1.
Nice. And
Oh,
to do that, to use our formula, you need 2 points.
yes.
How much points we have?
We have two.
Right?
We have four actually.
And we have to
Okay.
we have three, right? A, B, and C, but for the gradient, you're gonna use A and B. What make it say 4?
Oh, I was counting them individually.
Like 2 minus
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Now, a point, just remind me, right, Ria? A point is made up of a what and a what value.
A x and a y value.
Right. So whichever point you decide to call the first one, you just label that x1, y1, and the second point, you would call the second point.
X2, y2.
Right. So from that, you'd be able to figure out what x1 is, what y1 is, what x2 is, what y2 is, and then you could just put that e into the formula. Yeah?
Yeah. I feel like I know what to do. It's just I'm not getting how to write it in a way that I and you would understand.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just kind of guide you, right? So you're gonna put a. So put a open bracket 2 comma minus 3 close bracket. You want to call that point 1 or point 2?
We call it point one.
Right. So if it's point 1, right above the 2, you're going to put x1. Then you're going to put comma. Then right above the minus 3, you're going to put what? What do you think you're going to put?
Y1.
Right. You're going to repeat the same process for b. But if that's the second point, I think you should know what you had to do instead of saying x1. Right?
Yeah, X2, Y2.
Nice. Once you have that, write the gradient formula. So like say m is equal to y2 minus y1. Write the formula down. right? And then after that, you're going to say M1 because you're finding the gradient of line 1. And that's going to be equal. So in the formula, it is y2 minus y1. You're going to take the y2 value, you're going to substitute it in, then say minus. If it's a negative number, please put it in brackets, right? So if y1 is a negative number, put in brackets. I just saying, right? I just saying. If you're dealing with a negative number, put it in brackets, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. And then in the bottom you would have x2 minus x1. Whatever you had say x2 was, just plug that in. Then
Okay.
minus x1. Whatever you had say x1 was, you're just gonna plug that in.
Okay.
You could do it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No problem. So Rena, let me see what you have here. Right. All right, so Serena, the gradient of 1 is correct, right? M1 is equal to 2. Right? Let me check part B now. Hence, find the equation of line which is perpendicular. Right? You correctly figured out the second gradient. And as for the equation of the line, let me see. So you said for 1, right? 1 is equal to that. Yes, Serena, excellent job. You would get full marks without working.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. By chance, do you know how to answer part C?
I think so.
So you would
I'm
have to
not
do
sure.
what?
Um, I'd have to rearrange something, I think.
Hmm. The proper thing to say is simultaneous equations. That's what you had to use to solve part C. You had to solve simultaneously. And you could use the elimination method or the substitution method. Did you do that in school as yet?
Yeah, but I like to
Yeah.
use the substitution method.
Or she uses substitution method.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, do do all you have to do there is just do simultaneous equations and you'll get the point of intersection.
Okay.
All right, Ria, did you get a value for A?
Yes, sir. I got 2.
Excellent. You're supposed to get 2.
Oh, okay. That's good.
That's good, right? I tell you, you could do it. And for part B, if the gradient of the first line is 2, what would the gradient of the perpendicular line be?
Negative a half.
Correct, negative a half. You see how fast you're figuring this out? It's easy. It's easy. And question, did they give you a point? Did they give you a
Yes.
point line? Right. So you know how this had to go. You know how it's gonna run, right? So figure it out. I give it all you 3 more minutes. By then, I expect to see a lot more answers. Right, Vanessa, you are 100% correct. I see you using y minus y1 is equal to m by x minus x1 method. That's perfectly fine, right? One thing though, you forget to close the bracket by x plus 1. I see how open x plus 1, but you didn't close.
Yeah.
So close that bracket. Mhm.
Okay.
Right, Perseus, what did you get for part A?
I got 2, sir.
Nice. Nice. And what would the gradient of the perpendicular line to that be?
-1/2.
Yep, -1/2. Uh-huh. And so now you just have to follow the same kind of working, right? From here onwards to get your answer. So Perseus, as it is right now, the equation of line 2 would be y is equal to what? So did we find the gradient for line 2?
Yes, sir.
What was the gradient of line 2?
2.
Nah,
No.
that was the gradient of what?
Oh, no, it's -1/2.
Right, -1/2. So you would say y is equal to?
-1/2 x plus c.
Right. Did they give you a point that it passed through?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they give you it's 4-1, right? 4-1. So if they give you that, you can figure out a x and a y value. What would the x value be that you're gonna plug in?
The x value will be 4.
Yeah, and the y value would be
1.
nice. You plug that in into your partially completed equation and you find for c. Essentially, what you have over here. That's what you had to do. Right? So you're nearly there. Shall see how things looking.
All right, sir.
You get through with the first question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What would the gradient of the second line be?
So 2?
Nah. The gradient of the first line was 2. Because if you read the question, it's saying L1 passes through A and B. So if you find the gradient using A and B, you're finding the gradient at L1. Because L1 passing through those 2 points. Right? So shall see in the second part, they're saying to find the equation of L2, given that it's perpendicular to L1. So shall see if 2 lines are perpendicular to each other. Do you know how you'd find the gradient for the next line? So if we found the gradient of L1 to be 2, what would the gradient of the other one be?
-2?
Nah, -2. So you want to change the sign and flip. It doesn't matter the order you do it in. Flip, change sign, don't matter. What's going to happen, right? So you said that the gradient for the first one is 2. Gradient of the first one is 2. Isn't 2 the same thing as 2 over 1?
Yeah.
I want you to flip that for me. If you
So
flip that one,
-1/2?
-1/2, yes. -1/2 is the correct answer. Yeah. All right, so that's the gradient of the second line. Right? And they give you a point. So you just have to follow this these lines are working and you'll get your answer for sure. Right, so I'm going to correct the question now. Going to correct the question. Right, Jashon, I'm gonna know if you're ready for me. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jashon. So I want you to give the question I'll read for me. Right? So Jashon, give the question I'll read for me. I'm not sure if you
So, anaye ne papi so.
I want you to read the question for me. So read the line L1 passes through. Read that for me.
The line L1 passes through the points A 2, -3, and B 6, 5.
Right.
A find the gradient of L1. Wait, are they read your settings?
No, it's fine. So we're gonna work on the first part, right? So Joshon, to recap, right? A point is made up of a what and a what value. If we're talking about a point, it's made up of a what and a what value. A x and a
Y, sir.
right. So when you're finding the gradient given 2 points, you're going to use this formula. So the gradient is y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. So to find the gradient, you need 2 points. Joshon, do we have 2 points?
Yes, sir.
Right. Which point do you want to call the first point? A or B?
A, sir.
All right. So you're going to call this the first point. If this is the first point, then 2 will be x1 or minus 3b.
X2, sir.
Nah, check it out. A point is made up of a x and a y value. And this is our point.
Y1, sir.
Right. That'll be y1. All right. And this will be the second point. So what would I call 6? 6 is the what value?
Y1, sir.
Nah. Right? Take your time.
Sir, X2, sir, and Y2, sir.
Right. X2 and Y2. Yeah. So let me actually find the gradient of line 1. Notice I'm saying M1 because we want to find the gradient of line 1. So Joshon, what is Y2? Tell me what Y2 is.
5, sir.
Right? 5. What is Y1?
-3.
Am I going to write -3 like that, or do I need to put it in brackets?
Wait, in brackets, sir.
Yeah, I need to put it in brackets. And I'm going to put that all over x2. What is x2?
6.
7. Right? 6. Right? Minus x1. What is x1?
2.
Right. Okay. What is... So we have 5. We're going to write back the 5, right? What is -3? So negative by negative.
A positive.
Right? So that going to turn to 5 plus 3. What is 6 minus 2?
4.
Right? On top, what I'm going to simplify to? Where's 5 plus 3?
8.
Where's 8 over 4?
Like 2 over 1, sir.
Right, that's 2 over 1. Right back, I just write 2 for now. So, tell me, you find that easy or you find that hard?
Easy, sir.
I find so too, right? That easy. Right? I wait to read part B for me now.
Hence, find the equation of the line L2, which is perpendicular to L1 and passes through the point C 4, 4 and 1 in brackets.
All right. So, Joshon, in part B, they want us to find the equation for another line, L2. Now, they're saying that this line, L2 is what? L2 is what? L2 is what? What are they saying about L2?
That passes through L1 and is 4 and 1, too.
Nah, read that back. They're saying that L2 is...
Oh, yeah, perpendicular to L1.
Do you know what perpendicular means?
Say, can you remind me, sir?
All right. If this is line 1, right? Then line 2 would have to look like that. So perpendicular lines are lines that are 90 degrees apart from each other. So this would be line 1 and this would be line 2. Understand?
Yes, yes.
Right, so watch. These two lines would be perpendicular because you could see 90 degrees apart. These two lines are perpendicular again, 90 degrees apart. So anytime two lines are perpendicular, the gradients are going to be the negative reciprocal of each other. Unmute and tell me one if I just now say sound like gibberish. It sound like gibberish?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Right? I know when people hear negative reciprocal, is can I get scared? Right? So L2 is perpendicular to L1. Right, so Joshon, if L2 is perpendicular to L1, that means the gradient of the second line would just be the negative reciprocal of the gradient of the first line. So negative reciprocal just means you're going to change the sign and you're going to flip. Right, so the gradient of the first one is equal to 2 over 1. Joshon, if I flip that and I change the sign, what would that become?
1 over 2, sir.
Change the sign. This is positive 2 over 1.
Negative 1 over 2, sir.
Right. So just like that, we found the gradient of the second line. All right. Okay. And they are telling us it passes through a point C41. But before we continue, right, Joshon, do you remember what the equation of a line looks like? Y is equal to what?
Sir, I can't remember, sir. Okay.
Perseus, your help is wanted here. What is the equation of a line?
mx plus c.
What? What mx plus c? Yeah, you gotta be specific. Like
I
what?
mean, y equals mx plus c.
Good.
Yeah.
Right? Nice. So Joshon, this is the equation of a line. Y is equal to mx plus c. Did we find anything yet for this? Selma Joshon, do we know any part of this equation so far?
No, sir.
We do. Or we just not find?
So
We
you
just,
now find, M, sir. M, yes.
I just now find M2, which is the gradient of 2, right? So wherever you see a M, you're going to write what instead? What do you think?
Negative 1 over 2.
Right, so I'm going to write negative 1 over 2x plus c. But I am still missing something. I am still missing c. I don't know what c is. So to find for c, you need to check what point they gave you. Right? So did they give us a point that L2 passed through? Tell me, Josh, did they give us a point that L2 passed through?
Yes, sir. 4, 1, sir.
Right, for one. And remind me, a point is made up of a what and a what value.
X and a Y value.
So x is 4 and y is 1. So if I want to find for c, I'm going to substitute these values and make c the subject of the formula. So y is 1, right? So y is equal to minus a half. X is 4, right? Plus c. Let's look to simplify first. Joshua, what's minus a half by 4? Joshua, what's minus a half by 4? What's a negative by a positive?
A negative, sir.
A negative, right? So this would be negative, and what's a half by 4? What's a half of 4?
2, sir.
Right? So negative 2. Right. This might be looking a little complicated. So what I am allowed to do is I could write minus 2 plus c on the left-hand side and put that equal to 1. Right? I just interchange the left-hand side and the right-hand side. That's all I did. Right? So tell me, Josh, and if I want to find for c, what's the next step?
So you see,
So Joshua, if I want to
Child.
find, tell me, you were saying something.
I don't know, sir.
All right. If I want to find for C, what should be the only thing? What should be the only thing on the left hand side? Tell me, Joshua, if I want to find for C, what should be the only thing on the left hand side? Right.
-2, sir.
No. C. If you want to find for something, right? What you're trying to find for should be the only thing on the left hand side. So I'm trying to find for C. So everything that's not C shouldn't be over here. So you see this -2, it shouldn't be over here. So I need to take that -2 and move it across. So that I would find for C. So if I move across the -2, it's no longer there. So it's just C, right? So C would be equal to 1. If I move across -2, what would it become?
C equals 1 and subtract -2, sir.
Nah, if I move across something over the equal sign, the sign changes. Remember that. So that -2 is going to turn to 1 plus 2. The sign is going to change when I move it across. Right, Joshua? So because you're taking -2 that on the left-hand side and you're moving it across to the right-hand side, this negative going to turn to a plus. So 1 plus 2. Right? So C is going to be equal to 3. That being said, we have everything now. We know what M is and we know what C is. So Joshua, see if you could write the final equation for me. So what do you think it would be? Y is equal to what?
So y equals to -1 over 2 x plus 3, sir.
Yep, that's it. That's it. Right? And then part C is asking us to determine the coordinates of the point where L1 and L2 intersect. So this is just a preview as to what is to come. All right, so anytime they ask you to figure out where the lines intersect, they are talking about simultaneous equations. And there are two different ways you could solve a simultaneous equation, the elimination method and the substitution method. So let me show you how that's going to run fast. Right, part C. So Perseus, do you understand how we figure this out? Let me know if you understand.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Let me check your working.
I actually made a mistake, right? I made a mistake with the -2. I made
Oh,
a mistake with that part, yes. But I just changed up the working after. I just changed it. I put in the correct working, sir.
okay. You need me to explain anything here, or you move on?
We can move on, sir.
All right, Shayna. I feel like you know how to do part C, so let me do it together, right? Let me do part C together and explain it to the rest of the class. All right. So Shayna, I guess you did simultaneous equations already. Shayna. Okay, I'm not hearing Shayna. Right? Chelsea, did you understand everything I did here in part B by chance?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Good. So Ria, do you remember how to do simultaneous equations by chance?
So I was trying to remember because I know I did it, but nothing was really coming to me.
Okay, that's all right. Now, if I want to solve simultaneously, I need to know two equations, right? So I need to know the equation for line 1 and the equation for line 2. Up to this point, Ria, what equation I have? Like, what equation did I find for?
L2
Right? So I know that L2, the equation for L2,
is y equals to negative a half plus 1.
it was plus 3. Negative a half x plus 3. It is a 1?
It's 3.
Yeah, it's 3. You want me to explain that back?
Yes.
Okay, watch. So when you plug in the 4 and the 1, right, y is 1, x is 4. So minus a half by 4 is minus 2, so we have 1 minus 2. Understand?
Yeah.
Then we,
Oh, so I understand. Never mind.
okay,
It's just I did make a mistake before, and when I was fixing it, I didn't. Oh, I understand. It's true. Yeah.
all right. So, Ria, let me see if we could, let me see if I could explain part C here, right? You had to do it anyways, so if you could pick up on anything today, that was good. That was good. So the equation of L2 is y is equal to minus a half x plus 3. Now, for me to perform simultaneous equations, I need to figure out what the equation of the other line is. I don't know what it is. Did they give us the equation on line 1?
No.
But do you think it'll be hard to figure out?
Probably not.
Probably not. You know how to do it. Trust me, you know. Tell Maria, if I want to find the equation on line 1, what do I need to know?
Um, the gradient and the y-intercept.
Yes, that's correct. Do I know what the gradient for line 1 is?
Yeah. The yeah.
What's the gradient?
2.
Do I know what the y-intercept is though?
No.
Now, how do we typically find for the y-intercept?
But if we have 2 points, we plug it in.
Ria, do you think it matters which point I choose, or we could choose any point since both of them passing through line 1?
No, it don't matter.
It don't matter. You'll get the same C value, believe it or not. Maths is very cool. So, which one do you want to pick, A or B?
B.
Because it don't have no negative numbers. And I know, Aliena. Right, I would do the same thing. Right, so B is 6, comma 5. So anywhere I see X, I'm going to put 6. Anywhere I see Y, I'm going to put 5. So 5
Yeah.
is equal to 2 by 6 plus C. 2 by 6 is 12. Right, so 5 is equal to 12 plus C. What next?
We could flip the equation.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be 12 plus C equals to 5.
Right? I'm going to call upon somebody randomly to help me with this. Like to finish it. Wait, I don't know why the app giving trouble. Apple like real going downhill these days. I don't know what's going on with Apple. Right. Okay. So you said 12 plus C is equal to 5. Nice. Avinash, I'm going to call upon you to finish this. How would I find C?
You move across it, 12 become negative 12.
Exactly. So C would be equal to 5 minus 12. What's 5 minus 12?
Minus 7.
Yes. I remember you used to have trouble with negative numbers. Big up yourself. Right? Nice. So, Avinash, if that is the case, what's the final equation for line 1 then?
Y equals 2x plus minus 7.
Right, where's plus by minus? What's that plus by minus?
A minus.
Right, so I could just say 2x minus 7, right?
Okay, yes, sir.
Excellent job. Nice. So here this now. we're very close to getting our answer, right? I promise. Okay, so we have y is equal to 2x minus 7 here. Right, so y is equal to 2x minus 7. Right, Ria, there's two ways you can do this: elimination or substitution. Well, now I'll show you this way. I wish one would be easier for you. Let me show you substitution first, right? Let me show you substitution. So we have equation. Let me just make this thing look like it's in order. Right. Right. So I have two lines. I have L1 and I have L2. I could call this one equation 1, and I could call this equation 2. Now, Ria, and if you have one unknown, it's not a problem. You could solve for something.
Yes.
But if you have two unknowns, what you gonna do, right? That's the question. What you gonna do? You're gonna cry, right? So you're gonna cry.
Yes.
And we're not gonna cry, right? So I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do instead. We're going to take one of the equations. Actually, no, this real simple. No, this real easy. Ria, both of them equal to y, right? And both of them equal to y.
Yes.
Normally, we'd have to make a third equation, but since both of them equal to y, think about it, Ria. If both of them are equal to y, wouldn't they be equal to each other?
Yes.
Let me explain what I'm saying. Y is equal to this. What is y also equal to?
Negative a half x plus 3.
Right. So I'm going to say that 2x minus 7 is equal to
Negative a half x plus 3.
You understand that?
Yep.
Okay. We trying to find for what? Tell me something, right, Ria? By doing that, and we got rid of y, technically, like we don't know y anymore, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we could find for x now. If I'm trying to find for x, all the x terms should be on what side?
On the left side.
All the constants should be on the
Right side.
Yes, correct. Okay. So minus 7, leaving it here, moving it across.
Moving it across.
Okay. Minus a half x, leaving it here, moving it across.
Moving it across.
Right. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to write 2x. What?
Plus a half equals to
Half x,
3. Oh, yes, x equals to 3 plus 7.
Right. We have 2x plus a half x. If this confusing you, just add 2.5. 2.5 is what? That should be 5/2. Check it in all the calculators. 2 plus a half. 5/2. And if you want to do it manually for some weird reason, watch. If I have 2 plus a half, 2 is the same thing as 2/1. The LCM is 2. 1 into 2 is 2. 2 by 2 is 4. 2 into 2 is 1. 1 by 1 is 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5/2. So on the left-hand side, we have 5/2x. You okay with that, Ria?
Yeah.
And what is 3 plus 7?
10.
10. What would I do next?
Find for x.
How would I find for x?
We divide
Both sides by?
5/2.
Yeah, you're correct. Right. Now, dividing by 5/2 is the same thing as multiplying by what?
2/5.
Perfect. Perfect, exactly. So on the right-hand side, I'm going to write that as 10 multiplied by 2/5, yeah?
Yep.
5 into 5 is 1. 5 into 10 is?
2.
2 by 2 is?
4.
Was that really that hard?
Nope.
No, it wasn't that hard, right? So we know what x is. Great. Great. We happy. We happy. We know what x is. Now we need to figure out what y is. Tell me something, Ria. If I want to find for y, do I have any equations telling us what y is equal to?
Yeah, we have two.
2. It doesn't matter which one you choose, and I will show you. So let me try 1, right? So after you find for one of the unknowns, you're going to plug that into either one of the equation. So plug x is equal to 4 in equation 1 or 2. Because both of them will tell you what y is equal to, right? They're literally saying y is equal to something. It doesn't get more straightforward than that. So if I use equation 1 is y is equal to 2x minus 7. So x is 4. So that'll be 2 by 4 minus 7. Where's 2 by 4?
8.
Where's 8 minus 1? 8 minus 7,
7.
I mean. 8 minus 7.
1.
My brain is sometimes when I ask people questions, my brain will automatically say the answer. I don't know why it does that. Right? Y is equal to 1. Right. So tell me something, right, Ria? Did we figure out the point of intersection?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. So what was the point then? What point was the point?
4, 1.
Right. You're probably wondering what would happen if I use equation 2. Would I get the same y value? Let me see. So the second equation is y is equal to minus a half x plus 3. Y is equal to minus a half x plus 3. What is x?
4.
Right? What is minus a half times 4? So let me show you an easy way to work this out, Ria. So where's a negative by a positive?
A negative.
Right? And then work a half by 4. Where's a half of 4?
2.
Right.
Is negative 2.
That's negative. So we end up with negative 2 plus 3. What's negative 2 plus 3? A way to read this,
1.
take away 2 from 3. You said 1?
Yeah, it's positive 1, sorry.
Positive 1, yeah. You get the same answer, right?
Yep.
You're probably wondering, but like, what does all of this mean? Like, what does all of this mean? Let me show you. Might blow your mind here. Right? Check this out, right? So, I have a question, Ria. At a point of intersection, right? Whenever two lines intersect, don't they overlap on one point?
Yeah.
All right, so Ria, try to understand what I say. This point over here doesn't line 1, I can call this line 1 and I can call this L2. At this point, doesn't L1 pass through the point and L2 pass through the point?
Yes.
So if both of the lines pass through the point, shouldn't that point satisfy both equations? Because that point is on both lines?
Yeah.
Think about it. And it makes sense, like that point, and you can see it on both lines?
Yes.
Right. So if that point is on both lines, then the value should satisfy both equations, both equation 1 and equation 2. And we got it to be, we got 4, 1 it.
Yeah.
So let me show you something. So understand what I'm saying. The point we just now found passes through both points. So it should satisfy both equations. Let's see if that's the case. All right, let's see. Maths is very cool. So the first equation was saying that y would be equal to 2x minus 7. The point we had got was 4, 1. What was x there? What was x?
4.
What was y?
1.
Right, so y would be 1, and that should be equal to 2 times 4 minus 7. What is 2 times 4 minus 7?
8 minus 7. 1. Yeah.
Is 1 equal to 1?
Yes.
Yes. Because 1 is equal to 1, it tells us that this point is on the line. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it does work. Right? If a point satisfies the equation, it means that it's part of the equation. It's on the line. Let's try to put 4, 1 into this and see if it also satisfies it. So y is 1, so that'll be equal to negative a half times 4 plus 3. What's negative a half by 4?
-2,
It's negative 2 plus 3.
1.
Right. Did it satisfy this equation as well?
Yep.
Yeah. So again, understand what's happening. You have two lines, and at the point of intersection, that point is on both of the lines. So that point must satisfy both equations. Both equations. And if you still have trust issues for some reason and you don't believe me, let me actually plot the graph and you'll see some magic. You're gonna see. If anybody in disbelief, check this out. All right. So the first line was y is equal to 2x minus 7. That was the first line. The second line was y is equal to minus 0.5x plus 3. Bria, do you see them intersecting at some point?
Yeah.
Let me see. What is that?
4, 4, 1.
What we get?
4, 1.
Right. Right. I hope you understand that. So if you have, I guess this would be very simple, right? Because anytime you're dealing with lines, wouldn't it always be uniform y is equal mx plus c?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the same steps you would follow for all, right? You would have one line in the form y is equal mx plus c. You'll have another line that's also in that form. So because both of them are equal to y, you can just put them equal to each other and solve for x. And then once you have x, you could put it into any one to find for y. You understand the general process?
Yeah.
You think it hard or like you think you could figure it out?
Think about try to figure it
Okay,
out.
good. All right. If I give all a question similar to this, or I think Ollie could finish the entire thing like in less time than the first one with less errors. Let me hear, guys. Somebody tell me, Avinash. Avinash, if I give you a question very similar to this, you think you'd be able to finish it in less time? And it'd be correct?
Personally, me, sir, I don't think so.
You don't think so? How come?
Uh, I, as
I'm
of I
giving
think
you.
so. So
I'm giving
personally, me, I don't think so.
Well, we will see, right? Shall see. Be honest with me, right? You think you could finish? Like, if I give you a question very similar to this, you think you could finish it faster than you did the first try? Can I hear and shall see? But how about the rest of you guys? Vanessa, you okay?
Yeah, um I understand it, but I don't think I would be able to finish it like faster.
All right. Um, is there anything about this question that confused you all that you'd like me to go over before I give you all a next question? Like anything at all? Like did the gradient part confuse anybody? Perseus, the gradient part, is it confusing you or you're good?
I'm good with A and B, so but I think I'll need a little more practice for C.
Okay, no problem. Well, I'll explain C again for you all. Wait, give me a second, guys. Yeah, so Perseus, you want me to explain back part C?
Yes, sir.
All right. So anytime they ask you for the coordinates of the point of intersection, right? Intersect, that means you have to solve simultaneously. Now, I wouldn't get to cover simultaneous equations in its entirety today, but it's a general process. At least for this topic, it's simple, right? So Perseus, in this topic, and the equation of a line would be y is equal to mx plus c, always.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the first thing you need to do, right, Perseus, you need to have both equations for the lines. So you see how we find L1 and we find L2? You need both equations as the first step, right? Must have L1, must have L2. You there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you don't have L1 and you don't have L2, pressure, you can't do anything. Right, next thing, right, Perseus? What is y equal to here?
2x minus 7.
Okay, what is y also equal to?
Y is also equal to mx plus c.
You're not wrong, but in the context of this question, what is y also equal to? Right, so y is equal to 2x minus 7. What is y also equal to?
Line 2, sir.
Yeah. Hey, Perseus, it's the same thing, you
Oh,
know? Same y. It's the same y.
negative a half x plus 3.
Right, so y is equal to 2x minus 7. It's also equal to,
Negative a half x plus 3.
right. So Perseus, if that is the case, and I could just say this is equal to this,
Yes, sir.
but why? Let's understand why. Because both of them equal to what? Or both of them equal to?
Both of them are equal. This was.
Tell me, Perseus, both 2x minus 7 and minus a half x plus 3 is equal to what? Perseus.
So I don't know if I was right, but I was going to say the the equation, sir.
Why? Why is the correct answer?
Oh yeah, right. Damn. I think I was overthinking it. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Because watch, what was this equal? What's 2x minus 7 equal to?
Why?
Right? What's minus a half x plus 3 equal to as well?
Why?
So both of them equal to?
Oh, my Wi-Fi is giving trouble.
All right, yeah, both of them equal to?
Oh, so my Wi-Fi is giving trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you're hearing me or like it's sickening?
It's sticking, like coming back, like going back and forth.
Okay. All right. Well, you want me to move on to the next question, or you can just watch the recording?
You can move on to the next question and I'll watch the recording later, so.
All right, no problem. Let me give you all a question similar to this. Right. Right, so the general steps for this, I'm gonna just write some general steps so you all could understand it. Step 1. Put equation 1 equal to equation 2. Step 2. Find 4x. Step 3. Using either equation 1 or equation 2, find for y. That's it. That's all. For part C. Yeah. Right. Let me just give you all another question. Shina, let me know if you're there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shina. All right. So let's do this question. Right? So a line L1 has the equation 2y minus 3x is equal to 7. Find the gradient of L1. So I want you all to give this question a go. Right? Give this question a go. Right? This will have to be the last question for today because it's already 6:54. Right? So give this question a go for me. Right? I'm giving you all exactly 6 minutes and then I'm going to correct it. So I want you all to do this question. All right, so Perseus, do you think you'd be able to answer the first question? Find the gradient of L1.
I think so, sir.
Okay, are you going to use m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 for that?
No, sir.
I'm happy that you're saying no. I really trust me, I'm really happy. Because you can only use that when you have 2 points. Did they give you 2 points?
No, sir, they did not.
No, I didn't. They gave you an equation of a line though. But is there any form y is equal to mx plus c?
No, sir, it does not.
See, I put it in that form. Right.
Yes, sir. I was actually on a call with someone um from Jamaica just to find out how they're doing over there.
Oh, okay. Are they okay? I know like it have a pretty bad hurricane.
Yes, sir, they're doing fine. Thank God for that.
Okay, good.
They're doing good.
Right, so Avinash, you there? I wonder if you're there, Avinash.
Yes, sir, yeah.
All right, so Avinash, you're going to do this question with me. Gonna make sure you understand this. All right. So You also have like just one, more like 3 minutes, or less than 3 minutes. So yeah, I've been actually got through with the first question.
Kinda. I think it's really well, I'm moving stuff on it right now.
Alright, no problem. All right, Serena, let me know if you're hearing me. You had asked me a question.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me see what you sent. You said you think you mix up the methods.
Yeah. But I still got the answer.
Yeah, you do the elimination method there. As the elimination method you did.
Yeah, I realized.
But that's fine though. It's fine. And nothing is wrong with that. But like, you see how simple the eliminate, like, okay, the substitution method in this case are real simple, right? Because you know how to make an equation tree, and normally it's how to make an equation tree.
Yeah.
But since both of the equations is equal to y, you could just put them equal to each other. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, I wasn't seeing that before though.
But now you're seeing it because think about it, both of them equal to y. If both of them equal to y, it means that 2x minus 7 is equal to minus a half x plus 3. Yeah.
Yep.
And from there, you could just solve. Let me know if you're okay with this.
Yes, I am.
Okay, nice. All right, so the time is up, right? Wherever you reached, wherever, send me, send me, right? I don't care where you reach, send my picture, right? So Avinash, let me jump straight into the other question, shall we?
Yes, sir. I think I got through it, sir.
All right, we go see. We go see. All right, so they are giving us line 1, and they're telling us that line 1 has an equation of, right, so line 1 has an equation of 2y.
Nah. Yes, sir.
This is not the answer, no?
Yeah, no.
Okay, okay.
Nah, I didn't get through that. No checking. Nah, I didn't get through it. Shit.
We will see. First of all, summarize Avinash. In part A, they want us to find the gradient of L1. They are giving me the equation, right?
Yes, sir.
Just remind me, what's the equation of our line?
Y equals mx plus c.
If we are given an equation in this form, can we easily tell what the gradient is?
Yes, sir.
Yes. But is this in the form y is equal mx plus c?
Nah.
It is not. So we need to make y the subject, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we want to make y the subject, everything that is not y shouldn't be on the left-hand side. Okay. This y term, 2y, we're going to leave it there for now. We're going to leave it there, right? Does the minus 3x belong on the left-hand side?
Nah, say move it over and turn it to plus 3x.
Right. So 2y would be equal to what?
So I'll put the 7 plus 3x, but then I flipped I flipped them around, so it was 7. No, it was 3x plus 7.
That one is fine, you know. But
Yeah.
I would advise you to write it like, I would advise you to write it like this instead. Write it like 3x plus 7.
Yes, I flip it. Like after I did only first part, I flip it after that.
But nothing is wrong with this, you know. This is correct. It's just that if you want it to look like this, then you should put the x first.
Yes, I flip it like that.
Nice. And now we want to find for 1y, but we have 2y. If you have 2 or something and you want to find for 1, what you have to do?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2. So divide that term by 2. We're gonna divide this by 2. We're gonna divide this by 2. Right? So 2 and 2 cancel off. So y is just equal to 3 over 2x.
Okay.
7 over 2. You got that?
Yes, I had. Okay, I thought I didn't get it. I had that. I had that.
What make you think it was wrong though? That's my question. What make you think
I don't know. I don't know, sir. I just feel like I was overthinking it a bit. Because like that's my main problem when it comes to some subjects. I like overthink it, like this morning physics.
I think so. I don't know. I used to do that, you know. I used to do even up to now. I just do that. You kind of
Because like so
like
in physics, all I had to do, we was doing distance by force, and I just keep overthinking my answer, even though it was correct.
what topic was that? Moments or something?
Yeah, moments.
Okay. Yeah. Because moments is F by D, that's why I ask.
Yeah. Or force by distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I keep overthinking, man. I was like,
Right. So you got the first part correct. So now you need to identify what M would be. So what would M be?
3 over 2.
Right. So your answer for the first one, right? And I'm going to write M1. So M1 is going to be 3 over 2. Answer for the first one. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Right. Second question now. If you got this answer, let me know. Indicate, unmute, put something in the chat. Let me know if you got 3 over 2. Unmute and tell me. Did you get 3 over 2?
Ah, yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Good job, Perseus. Rest all they're real quiet. It's kind of concerning.
So I get 3 over 2, but my negatives and my positives, I kind of mix them up.
Wait, I want to address your working. Okay, yeah, you have 2y minus 3x is equal to 7. First of all, Ria, what are you finding for?
Why?
Right.
No.
I see you put 7 is equal to...
So,
Wait.
actually, that's the mistake I make.
No, it was still salvageable, but let me tell you exactly where you make a mistake. If you move across the 2y, yeah, it go turn to minus 2y, and you move
Yeah,
across.
that is what I do.
No, that's fine. Stay with me. I will tell you where you make a mistake. All this is fine, you know. All this is mathematically fine. And then you say minus 2y is equal to minus 3x, right? Minus 7. And you say that?
Yes.
And then you divide both sides by minus 2, hence?
Yes.
Let me show you where you make a mistake. You're going good, fine. You're going good. This is where you make a mistake. What's negative 3 divided by negative 2? What's a negative divided by a negative?
Positive.
Right. 3 over 2x. And what's negative 7 divided by negative 2?
Positive 7 over 2.
Yeah, you gotta get your answer. I don't know. Yeah. But
I don't know.
I
And I don't usually get problems with negatives and positives. I don't know.
Yeah, so
But I understand how to do it.
Right? And another thing, you didn't need to do this. Why?
I know.
Why? Why you didn't need to do this?
Oh, because the Y was already where we wanted it.
Exactly. You see it. Right? But
I flip it.
Even if you had flip it and do all that, there was still a chance. There was still a chance. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
You understand what I mean by there was still a chance, right? You just negative. You just took it by negative wrong. So look.
Yeah.
Right. So Avinash, you okay with the first part, right? Oh,
Yes, sir.
I only hearing from like a few of you all. Vanessa, Chelsea, Serena, Sahara, Jashon, Precious, Jira. Look, Jira, I see you here, Jira. Nice. Eh, not hearing anybody. I just hearing like a couple out there. Sad.
So understanding everything so far.
Okay, but I need to see you doing work and sentence so I can know and verify you understand. Wait, you don't have
I
the,
remember
you don't have the phone?
my I lock out on my phone right now.
I remember it's something. I just now remember. I just now remember. I just now remember that. Right? Avinash, let's continue. So in part B, they are saying to write down the gradients of any line L2 that is perpendicular to L1. So any line L2 perpendicular to L1. So in other words, they are saying that well, they're literally saying it in big. They're saying it in big, right? L2 is perpendicular to what? What is saying, Avinash? L2 is perpendicular to,
L1.
right? If two lines are perpendicular, then the gradients will be the what of each other?
The
The negative,
negative
re,
um
re, re,
negative recipient.
reciprocal, negative reciprocal of each other, right?
Uh,
M2 would, an all negative reciprocal means you're gonna flip and change the sign. That's all. That's all. Right?
so it'll be negative 2/3.
Right. Perseus, you made a mistake, eh? You say plus 2/3. Supposed to be negative 2/3 because you're changing the sign.
Ah, okay, so it's just like when you flipping part, I thought you had to change the sign to positive when you're flipping it also.
Wait, what sign? Which?
The negative sign, because I get when I was faded below, right? I was like, I wonder if it's negative 3/2. But then since we had to flip it and plus change the sign, so I put it as a positive.
Wait. I'm confused. You're saying, wait, say that one more time.
So I flipped the sign, the negative sign to a
Wait.
positive sign while flipping the number also.
No, okay. Let me write it in a way that would not be confusing. Right? Over here, I said change sign and flip. I feel like this might confuse someone. Just flip first and then change the sign. Right? Flip and change sign. Flip and change sign. So you go into, all right, so Perseus, if you look at 3/2, that whole thing is positive, right? You flip it 2/3, then since the whole thing is positive, you're gonna change it to negative, right? So M2 is minus 2/3. You okay with that?
Yes, sir. And for the second question, I actually have the negative 2/3 underneath.
Okay, now you're just really trying to make me go bald. All right. Avinash, you're not trying to make me go bald, right?
Yeah. No
Sir,
problem.
to be honest, I don't want you to go bald. Okay, I don't want you to go bald. I just feeling hungry right now. That's why.
Oh, next thing you want to eat my hair. That's why you want me to go bald so you can eat the hair.
No, sir. No, no, no,
Finish
no, no.
up, finish
I
the
don't eat.
dots.
I'll be eating snap for some
I'm feeling
reason.
about gyro.
Sir, stop calling them fancy food, please.
A gyro is not fancy food.
So you're gonna start making me hungry in the corner here.
It just look really good.
I'm gonna make all you hungry. I hungry myself. Last time I eat was like at 3 o'clock. I'm gonna make myself hungry too. All right. Yeah, so Avinash, part C.
Yes.
They're saying that L2 passing through a point P. Well, I'm gonna call it P, it don't matter. You call it anything. So the point is 1 minus 2. Okay? So L2, so we have a line and it passing through a point, and this point is 1 minus 2. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. They want me to find the equation in the form y is equal mx plus c. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do we know anything about line 2 so far?
We know the gradient is negative 2 over 3.
Excellent. We know that. Yeah, that's good. So I could write y. So y, remember, y is equal to mx plus c, right? I could write that m is minus 2 over 3. So instead of writing m, I'm going to write minus 2 over 3 x plus c. So where's the only thing I'm missing here?
C, because we had the point with the y on it.
Right,
So
we're
X and Y.
missing c, right? And like you said, we have our point and we know what x and y is. Right? X is 1 and y is minus 2. So tell me what to plug in now.
Negative 2 equals negative 2 over 3 and brackets 1
Right.
plus C.
Right? Negative 2 over 3 by 1 would be what? Where's 1 by anything? Like
The same the number itself.
the
So,
same
like,
number. So this
yeah.
is I'm just going to write back minus 2 over 3.
Yeah.
What next?
I think it's in negative 2, right? Negative 2 over 3.
Be confident with what you say. If you're wrong, that's fine. If you're right, that's great. But just whatever you say it with confidence, right? If
Yes,
you're
sir.
wrong, be like confident about be confident still. All right. So like whatever you decide upon, like stick with it. Tell me what you want to do there.
So would it be negative 2 times negative 2 over 3?
You said times?
Yeah, I think I wrong on that one.
Nah, it wouldn't be times. Let me show you what you could do, right? Have two ways you could solve this. I can move across the minus 2 over 3, and that'll be minus 2 plus 2 over 3, and that'll be equal to c. Right? C is equal to, you could simplify this. Right? If you simplify that, I think you're going to get that'll be negative 4 over 3. Right?
Oh,
Then
so it's,
C is equal to negative 4 over 3. You can do like that. Right? That's fine.
so
Or
it's
say that again.
add.
Yeah, it's add, right? But negative 2 is the same thing as negative 6 over 3. So negative 6 over 3 plus 2 over 3. Negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 over 3.
Okay, sir.
So that are still confusing, yeah?
Nah, I understand it.
Right, that's one way you could do it, but the way I just tell you to do it to avoid any confusion is like this, right? So what are we gonna do? You're going to interchange the left-hand side with the right-hand side. So instead of writing this on the right side, I'm gonna write on the left side. So I'm gonna say minus 2 over 3. Right? I'm gonna say minus 2 over 3, right? Plus c, and I'm going to put that equal to negative 2. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
That confuse you?
Nah,
If you're trying to find for c, what shouldn't be here?
in negative 2 over 3.
Yeah, what you doing over there? Right? So I'm gonna write back c, and on the right hand side, I'm gonna write back the minus 2, right? What next? Tell me. So minus 2.
And so yeah, C. So just write back the equation.
Wait. So we was trying to find for c, right?
Yes, sir.
It's told me to move across the minus 2 over 3. So what you
Oh,
write here?
It'll be positive 2 over 3.
Right. Now, some of you, I don't know why,
Always
some of you might be tempted to say 0 over 3. Some of you might say minus 2 plus 2 is 0 and put 0 over 3. No, just no. Don't do that. Minus 2 is actually minus 6 over 3. Since we have the same denominator, you could add the numerators. So minus 6 plus 2, that'll be minus 4 over 3. So your final answer is minus 4/3. If you plug it into your calculator, you should get minus 4/3. Right? And if you don't believe me, give me a calculator. I mean, shouldn't you have the Sunway calculator that's like a rip off of the Casio?
Yes, sir.
Right. So you should have it real easy. So in the calculator, right, Avinash, you're going to put minus 2, right? Minus 2 plus.
Plus.
Then you're going to press the fraction button. Then you're going to press 2. Then you're going to press the arrow to the right. Then you're going to put 3, and you're going to press equal.
That's again.
Yeah. Right? So if we found for C, right, where's the final equation of the line then?
It'll be it'll be y equals minus 2/3 x plus minus 4/3.
Right? Plus by minus is minus, so I could just write minus 4/3. Yeah, that's the answer there. Right? Great. Let's do the last question now. D. Find the coordinates of the point where L1 and L2 intersect. Right, so to do this, you need the equations of both of the lines. So we have L2. We know that the equation for L2, the equation for L2 is y is equal to minus 2/3x minus 4/3. Right? And what was the equation on L1, Avinash?
That was 3/2 x plus 7/2.
Correct. Yep. Please use it in the form y is equal mx plus c. I don't want you to use this. Put it in the form y is equal mx plus c and then use it. Right? And this is L1. Nice. Okay. Cool. Avinash,
Yes, sir.
are both of them equal to y?
Yeah.
So if both of them equal to y, that means that 3/2x plus 7/2 is actually equal to what?
The negative 2/3 x minus 4/3.
Serena, you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I agree with that, right? Because both of them equal to y. So you're just gonna say this. Gonna say that. And that is going to be equal to this. Wait, get rid of this. Nice. Right. Avinash, you're trying to find for what here? What's the unknown here?
X.
X is the unknown, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
question. Wait, actually, let me move all the x terms to the side first. I'll have a problem with the fractions. Yeah or no?
In all honesty, so for me, yes.
Okay. You could get rid of the fractions, But I mean, if you're using a calculator, your calculator will do all the work for you. Here, what we're gonna do it? I will show you to do it 2 ways, right? So Avinash, now we work in the standard way. So Avinash, if I want to find for x, all the x terms should be on what side?
The left.
Left. Does this x term belong on the right hand side?
Nah.
No. So I'm going to move this x term to the other side. Does this constant term belong on the left hand side?
No, sir.
No, it should be on the right hand side. So tell me what I should now write.
3 over 2x minus 2 over, no, we are positive.
Wait, start back again. So 3 over 2x. Yeah, 3 over 2x.
So it will be positive 2 plus 2 over 3.
Yes, because you move it across. So it
Yes,
will,
sir.
right? Plus 2 over 3x, right? And that will be equal to
Minus 4 over 3 minus 7 over 2.
right. Okay. So Avinash, you have a Casio. You don't have to be worried about anything, right? Well, you essentially have a Casio. Let me show you what you're gonna do, right? So to figure out 3 over 2 plus 2 over 3, I mean, if you want, you could do it manually. 3 over 2 plus 2 over 3, the LCM is 6. 2 into 6 is 3, 3 by 3 is 9. 3 into 6 is 2, 2 by 2 is 4. So that would be equal to 13 over 6. X. That's the final answer. But Avinash, you could just use your Casio, right? Watch. So in your Casio, you're going to put 3, and you're going to press the fraction button. So 3 over 2, right?
Yes,
Plus
sir.
2, fraction button, 3, press equal. There you go.
13 over 6.
Right. So on the left-hand side, that simplifies to 13 over 6. Right? And that will be equal. And we're going to do the same story over here. So you're going to say minus 4 over 3. Right? So Avinash, minus 4. Then press the fraction button, 3. So tell me if you're with me so far.
Yes, sir.
Then you're going to press the arrow to the right to come out of the fraction. You're going to press minus button again. What do you think you have to press next?
Then you press then you press 7, then the fraction button. 2
Press equal and tell me what you get.
minus 29 over 6.
Right. Right. So Avinash, I want to find for x. What do I do on both sides?
Divide.
Right? What would I need to divide by on both sides to cancel over the 13 over 6?
13 over 6.
Right? 13 over 6. Now, if I'm dividing by 13 over 6, right? That's the same thing as multiplying by what?
6 over 13.
Right. So I want you to tell me what's going to happen on the right-hand side. Again, you could just plug that into your calculator if you want, right? You could, right? Let me show you how you would do that. You're going to press the fraction button. You're going to put minus 29, right arrow, 6. Then you're going to press the fraction button. Wait. Check this out, Avinash. You're going to press the fraction button. Fraction button again.
Yeah.
Wait. Try something. 29 over 6. 13 over 6. Yeah, that's how you do it. All right. Minus 29. Yeah, and you should get minus 29 over 13. Let me explain that one more time, right, Avinash? So you're going to
Yes,
put
sir.
minus 29, minus 29, fraction button, over 6. Then you're going to press the fraction button again. Then you're going to put 13. You're going to press the fraction button again. 6, press equal. No, can't do like that. You had to put in the fraction first. So you had to put minus 29 over 6. All right, so put minus 29 over 6 in the calculator. Minus 29.
Done.
All
Yeah,
right.
do that.
Press the arrow to the right to come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then press the fraction button again.
Yeah.
Then put 13. Then press the fraction button. Then put 6. Press equal and let me know when you get.
Minus 29 over 13.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. right? And if you were to do it manually, watch. So you said that divided by 13 over 6 is the same thing as what?
Multiplying 6 over 13.
Yep. What's gonna happen there? We're gonna cancel off.
The 6,
Right? And you're gonna end up with what?
29, 29 over 13. Or negative 29 over 13.
Right? So we successfully found for x, and to find for y, you're going to pick one of the equations and just plug that in. Which equation you want to use to find for y? 1 or 2?
1.
Okay. So equation 1 says y is equal to 3 over 2x plus 7 over 2. Right? So y, anywhere I see x, I'm just gonna put minus 29 over 13. Right? Plus 7 over 2. Right? Avinash, a way to plug that into your calculator and let me know what answer you get. You know how
Yes,
to
sir.
plug it into your calculator?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Maybe the same way you do it just now.
More or less. So fraction button 3 over 2, open bracket, fraction button minus 29 all over 13. Press the right arrow, come out, close bracket, then plus fraction button 7 over 2. When you press equal, you should get 2 over 13. Just confirm again that.
Yes, I get 2 over 13.
Okay, word. Right, so that's the answer. So the point of intersection, right? So the point of is x comma y. So that's going to be minus 29 all over 13, comma 2 over 13. This the problem. Now this question probably squares a scale there, right? But Avinash, was it really that bad?
Nah, that's not bad.
Now let me show you the other way you could have worked this question out. Like real fast. So Priscilla, you say you don't like working with fractions, right? And that's what you tell me.
Yes, sir.
All right. Right. So what do we have in the denominator? Come on, Priscilla.
We have 2.
We have 2 and 3, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the LCM between 2 and 3? Okay. The answer is 6, right? LCM just means lowest common multiple. So like if we have 6 and 2 and 3 are going to 6,
Yes, sir.
and isn't 6 a multiple of 2 and 3?
Yes, sir.
Right. So 6. So what you can do is you can just multiply that entire thing throughout by 6. You just multiply the entire thing throughout by 6. If I do that, what am I going to get? Well, 3 over 2 by 6. 2 into 2 is 1, 2 into 6 is 3. I would end up with 9x. 9x. Right? Perseus, what is 2 over 3 by 6, you know? 2 over 3 by 6. What's 3 into 6?
3 into 6 is... Wait, multiplying 3 by 6, right, sir? 18?
No, what?
No,
2 over 3 by 6.
Oh,
3 into
2
3 is
over
1.
3.
2.
Oh, sir, I
Then,
thought you were just multiplying 3 by 6 and then doing... Okay, my bad. I misunderstood there.
nah. I'm multiplying the fraction by 6. Then we're going to have minus 4 over 3 by 6. 3 into 3 is 1. 3 into 6 is 2. Minus 4 by 2 is minus 8. Then we have minus 7 over 2, minus 7 over 2 by 6. 2 into 2 is 1, 2 into 6 is 3. Minus 7 by 3 is minus 21. By doing that, we get rid of all the fractions. 9 plus 4 is 13, so that'll be 13x. Minus 8 minus 21 is minus 29, right? So to find for 1x, I just had to divide both sides by 13, right? So the 13 and the 13 will cancel off. So x is just equal to minus 29 all over 13. So that's another way you could potentially do it. Anytime you have a fraction and the denominators are different, you need to find the LCM. You could find the LCM and multiply by that throughout, and that would get rid of all the denominators. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I will invest in the Casio calculator, sir.
You should. If all you do have a Casio by now, and they just want to make all your life harder than it needs to be, I'd tell them,
This month I'm buying one.
okay, good.
It will make my life easier and CSEC easier too.
It will, trust. Right, so here what guys, I'm going to give all you a mini worksheet, right, with answers. You're going to try to do the worksheet and get the answers and have any worksheets, and you'll message me and let me know if you got through. Right, so I'll make a mini worksheet for you. I'll go do the worksheet, right, and I will give all you the answers as well, so you will know if you're correct or you're wrong, and you could let me know how you do. Right, let me just tell all you what we're doing in the next classes, because I want to finish this topic soon. So we're done with perpendicular, right? We need to look at perpendicular bisector now, right? Which uses the midpoint formula, right? We need to look at parallel lines. This just means that the lines have the same gradient, right? And after that, that should be it. Yeah, that's it. So that's it for lines. Yeah, so perpendicular bisector and parallel lines, that's it. That's it. And then pass people.
One question. What about the axis of the symmetry, the line for the symmetry? Will us bring in CSEC?
You're talking about quadratics. That's for quadratics.
Okay.
You're talking about curves. Like if I have this curve, the line of symmetry would be the line that would, so like this would be minus h comma k. The axis of symmetry would be x is equal to negative h. That's what you're talking about. But we deal with lines. We're not
I
dealing with,
remember one well.
yeah, we're dealing with lines, right? Lines would not have axis of symmetry, right? It would not. Because axis of symmetry is a point about which something could it could reflect. If I have a mirror here, it will not give me this. Think about it, right, Perseus? Like if I have this shape here, this is line. Is that line symmetrical? Like if I cut it in half, is this half?
It's just that I know that like to bring it in the functions area so much.
That is quadratics. After we finish with lines, we're dealing with quadratics.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Right? Because we did functions, right? A line is an application of functions, and a quadratic is an application of functions. So next class, perpendicular bisector midpoint, parallel lines, same gradient. That's what we're gonna do. Just remind me to send a worksheet, right? One only, just remind me to send a worksheet on the chat. Yeah. Right. Okay, good. Right. So Form 4 people later. Right? If all I want to say for Form 5, sure. But I don't imagine why you would want to. Or you probably want to sleep. So yeah, guys. Later, guys. Form 4 people, that
Bye,
is.
sir. Good night.
Bye.
Sir.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye, Form 4s. Welcome, Form 5s. Nice.